One of the big challenges that we have in the early 21st century is a continuing disconnect between people and the natural resources. We're investing hundreds of millions of dollars a year in Great Lakes restoration, and it's important to keep people connected to it because people work to protect what they care about. And I think that if you revitalize communities and have it be based partially on commercial fishing operations, you continue to remind the community on why the Great Lakes are important, why they're worth protecting, and why the fisheries are worth sustaining.
This is our founding story. One day while fishing in the Huron River, I became concerned by all the plastic we were seeing in the water. And then we thought about all the plastic nets that we throw in and how some of these nets get left behind. How about we make nets out of biodegradable materials?
The problems that the Great Lakes does face are these things called ghost net. And ghost nets are like they sound, they just kind of drift around and could cause continue to catch fish or cause other problems out there.
Then we noticed all these invasive cattails along the riverbanks. We started harvesting these cattails for their fibers. We spun the fibers and tied them in the nets. We tested our new nets, and to our surprise, we found that crayfish had snipped through them and destroyed all of our work. With the broken net, we had to call it a day and went back to the dock. A fisherman told us that these were invasive crayfish. We wanted to learn more about the invasive crayfish species and spoke to a Great Lakes invasive species specialist.
Rusty crayfish are bullies. They have bigger claws and they pull native crayfish out of the burrows and leave them to be eaten. Those big claws also help them to get the girls. They win mates away from the native crayfish. They take over the whole crayfish neighborhood, and from there they can reshape the food web in the rivers.
One of our friends told us about an artist who uses shrimp shells in her work. We thought about how we could use these invasive crayfish shells in a similar manner, given that they are both made out of chitin. We went back on the water and tried it out.
Chitin is extracted and purified from crayfish exoskeletons and then converted into chitosan. Step 1 is reflux. Crayfish shells are refluxed in 3% sodium hypochlorite at 100 degrees Celsius. Step 2 is demineralization of sample in 4% hydrochloric acid at 75 degrees Celsius. Step 3 is deproteinization of sample in 4% sodium hydroxide at 100 degrees Celsius. Step 4 is deacetylation of chitin in 55% sodium hydroxide at 100 degrees Celsius. This yields our chitosan.
We caught a ton of crayfish. With all of our catch, we threw a crayfish party at the dock and told all others about our new nets.
Now, we are a full-fledged non-for-profit organization helping local fisher people of Michigan and cleaning up the watershed that we so love.